Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. I really dislike this cast. I really feel like we not about to find no love, baby. These men are different. They are very different. Out of all the casts that we've had in the past, these men are different. And I'm not talking about like bummy and stuff like that. I'm just talking about like attitude, persona, personality. They just not my type of men. Barely any of them, okay? But before we go ahead and get into this review, I need you to do me a favor. If this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video on through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? So let's just go ahead and get into it. So as we know, it's the brunch time. Time for these singles to all meet each other, okay? The first group of singles is there and they're like, where's the other people at? Where's the other people at? I thought there was supposed to be other people, okay? Patrice said she's not only ready to eat, but she's ready to meet. And I said, girl, you don't want to meet the men? You do not want to meet the men. They're going to waste your time, okay? But nonetheless, Alonzo comes over. He wants to sit next to her. And he drops the chair. He's like, why you make me so nervous? Sir, okay? But I'm not going to lie. Patrice has this energy about her that's very feminine. And I understand it and I get it. And that's why the men are drawn to it, okay? So Tommy comes in and he's like, y'all ready to meet the new singles? He has to let them know, of course, that somebody dropped out, aka Glenn, okay? So all the new singles come in or whatever the case may be. Tommy lets them know that the men have the power. So it's really time for them to mix and mingle and try not to come up single. Tommy, everybody's coming up single after this, okay? They came in single, they leaving single. Even if they leave not single, they will be at the reunion single, okay? I promise you they will. Mika and Lamar realized that they're not a match from the very beginning, okay? He was like, so you got kids? She was like, yeah, I got 2. He was like, do you want kids? No. You want kids? Yes. Okay, well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. And I'll go about my way. I was like, well, I guess that's intentional. Ain't no point in wasting no time. So Maya and William are hitting it off. And he's opening up to her about being adopted, okay? And she really loved that. She loved that he was opening up to her and she gets to know a different side of him. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of look at Will's like he's probably one of the better ones out of all of them. I'm just saying, I'm looking at all the men that we really got into this week, and he's probably one of the better ones. While they out there mixing and mingling, trying not to come up single, Alonzo is giving foot rubs with shoes on. That's it, okay? Rashina is letting LaRon know that if she didn't have no kids, she'll be just outside like him, throwing ass in a circle, okay? Bending over, busted open, all that good stuff. I said, girl, you gotta tell him all of that? I guess it was just like, okay, girl, if you say so. And then you wonder why everything's so sexual between them. It's all of them. At some point, it's becoming all of them, okay? And so William says that Vanessa caught his eye. Okay, they sitting down talking, and in his confessional, he was like, my first impression of her in that purple dress was like Bernie in the weight room. I know that's not the compliment. Let me just school you for a second, just for a second. Using Bernie has never been a compliment, okay? And when you say Bernie in the weight room, it's still not giving compliment. But he says she looked good. I don't know. Don't call me Bernie nothing. I don't care if I have on all purple from head to toe. Okay, say I look like royalty. Give me something else, but definitely not no daggone Bernie. Okay? So April and Mika decide that they gonna sit down with Jonathan, and they was asking him about, you know, his baby mama, okay? And they asked him, how does she feel about him dating and whatnot? And he was like, I mean, she not encouraging it or nothing. And I was like, red flag. Red flag, okay? So then they were like, so does she still want to be with you? Like, what's tea? And he was like, I mean, I kind of get those vibes. So Mika was like, okay, well, since y'all broke up, have you spent the block and, you know, hit that thing or whatever again? And he was like, in the beginning I did. And last month and maybe a week ago, especially since you know that she wants to still be with you. I'm sure you still spinning the block on that, okay? And then he got the nerve to be in a confessional talking about I'm turned off by Mika because she more concerned about my past relationships. And she should be, sir, because you're still effing your baby mama. She should be. Because you already know that your baby mama still wants you. and that she would not be encouraging you dating, and you was spinning the block, and you think that she's going to be like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. Let's not ask any more questions. And I told y'all, when it comes to that daggone Jonathan, he gets very dismissive. Like, he does not want to go, he fakes like he want to go deep, but he don't. And once he's already turned off from you, he doesn't want to have no more conversation with you, okay? Which is why he really wasn't engaging with April. He was trying to engage with Mika because he found her attractive. Once he realized that he wasn't going to be able to run game on her, he was like, okay, you know what? I'm turned off. Ugh, I don't like him. Well, I don't like what I see of him on TV. Let's just say that, okay? So when he walked away, they was like, baby mama drama. I said, sure is. Don't mess with that man. Don't get yourself caught up with that man. You're going to be outside and she going to be coming to you woman to woman. And we don't have time for that in 2024. So April and Mara talking, and the conversation starts off with her talking about her degrees, okay, and what she do for a living, okay? And he was like, okay, girl, even though that's not how he was feeling on the inside, but that's what he said outside, okay? But she was like, we're going to have to put all that on pause because I got some questions, okay? So he was like, I bet, what's the questions? So she's like, do you have kids? He was like, no. Next. Have you ever been married? Yes, twice. Next. Asked him how long ago. He was like 2016. So then she asked him, have you dated since then? And he's like, yes, of course. So she asked him, so how long was you there? And he was like, why does that matter? And she was like, because I asked. And I'm going to pause it right there because if you was just answering these questions like this, next, and then you just pause right there and be like, why does that matter? Of course I'm going to be like, because I asked, because now you're making this very weird. You're making this awkward. You had no problem answering those other questions, but when we get to this question, you don't have an answer because you're still in a relationship. Let me tell y'all something about these men on Ready to Love. At least 2 of them be in a relationship when they come on the show. And I could promise you it's him. Because he would have just answered it if he had an answer. Don't you think so? I'm just saying. Because she's like, because I asked. He's like, well, who are you? And that's when I would have been like, take me out. Never mind. They conversation over. We ain't even about to go there. Because she was like, I'm April Michelle Butler. I said, not the whole name. You're not Beyonce Janelle Knowles, okay? But then he was like, and what's that supposed to mean? And right then, I felt aggression. Now listen, if you felt some type of way, sir, feel some type of way. But you did way too freaking much, okay? He in the confessional talking about how she trying to put him in a headlock and she need to go ahead with her cheesy head ass. Sir, you are a clown. You are a clown. I could not believe what I was seeing because how did we get from 0 to 100 real quick? All she did was ask the questions that you was okay with her asking. But I know what it is. You're insecure that she had her ish going on because she started with them degrees, which I will say never leave with your degrees, lady, because the men don't care about it. And it's obvious they don't care about it because as soon as they find out that you're a successful woman, then they feel like they don't have any value to bring because they all some bums. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm gonna move past it. But I didn't like that because, like, sir, you did way too much for nothing. Way too much for nothing. So she was in her confessional, like, when he didn't want to answer the question, it was a red flag because I feel like he's hiding something. And he is his girlfriend that he's still with, which is why he couldn't answer the question. The man knew that his last marriage ended in 2016 and he's been dating in relationships since then. But all of a sudden he don't want to answer how long ago. It's either he's still with her or it was last week. Pick and choose whichever one you want. Either way, it's some BS, okay? And I need y'all to be clear because I don't want y'all to think that I'm just saying that he's insecure just to say it. When he said muscle, she tried to muscle me, like put me in a headlock. I was like, when did she do that? And I'm not talking about like physically. I know what he meant, but I didn't see that. I mean, she was just asking questions to get to know you. Why come on a show, a dating show, and not want to answer dating questions? Child, let me go ahead, because they pissing me off. And then he had the nerve to tell her that she was dismissed. Homegirl was like, never dismissed. I said, I hate these people. Woo! I was like, y'all can send Lamar home. But as the episode kept going, I was like, damn, I want everybody to go home. Send Jonathan home, Lamar home, LaRon home. Child, just send these men home. I'm so mad that we eliminated another woman. I really need one of these men to go. ASAP. So Kahisha and Jonathan are talking, okay? And she asked him, like, I know you said your family restaurant take up a lot of time, so I'm just curious, how much time does it take up? And he was like, 6 days. I was like, that's a lie. It don't take up no daggone 6 days, but he don't like her. And as y'all know, Jonathan shuts off when he doesn't like someone, okay? So he asked her, like, so what's your love language? And she was like, quality time. And he was like, and why is that? And she was like, he was like, I'm just trying to go deep. And she was like, and then I said to myself, like, that's not a follow-up, that's not a good follow-up question to ask somebody. Like, and why is that? Because when you was talking to Alexis, Jonathan, you asked Alexis, what does quality time look like to her? Not why is it quality time? That's how I already know when he don't like somebody, he dismisses them like it's nothing. Okay? Alonzo came over there just in time to save her from him. That's the first time I was happy to see Alonzo, okay? So Jonathan is talking to Alexis, and she asks, would you like to live with your partner, like, before marriage and stuff like that? And he was like, at first I would have to make sure that she accept my child, and then we'll take it from there. And then he asked her, what's a fun idea of quality time? And right then I was like, yeah, he know what the hell he doing. He's literally, the girls he's not attracted to, he's giving them no time of day, and he's making sure that they don't really see him like that. And he's not even faking it. That's the one thing I can say about these guys, is that they're not like faking with these women to make it. They really like, oh, you don't want no kids? Okay, done with you. Oh, I don't like the way you look? Okay, done with you. Oh, you said you like your toe sucks? Okay, done with you. Like, they really ain't even trying to fake it. And I don't know if I like that or not, because it makes them look even more corny. Because why come up here if you're going to act like this? So she tells him that her idea of a fun Sunday is just relaxing, cuddling up, watching TV, you know, just enjoying each other, okay? And you could tell that he's 100% attracted to her, because he's like, yeah, uh-huh. Then she was like, do you like feet? Do you suck toes? And I was like, what is up with y'all and feet over there in Dallas? What is going on? Why is this always in a conversation? It's been 3 episodes so far, and in every episode, we talking about people feet and sucking toes. So Alonzo's over there talking to Kahisha, and I'm just like, I thought I was happy to see Alonzo save her, but baby, he did a worse job. He did a worse job, okay? He asked her how big is communication. She said communication is very big, but comprehension is what's most important. So he was like, with me, it's more so the intent and not the approach. Like, for instance, what if we had a pregnancy scare? And I was like, who is teaching these men how to court women? No, seriously, who is teaching these men how to court women, talk to women, address women, approach women? Who is teaching them? Because never, ever have I been talking to someone I have never had sex with, I have just met, have they asked me, how would I respond to a pregnancy scare? And she was like, that wouldn't happen. And he was like, yeah, I like to throw those curveballs. I like to throw those curveballs in there. No, I know you. Let me tell you who you are, Alonzo. You are the type of man who tells a woman to go ahead and get a you-know-what. Okay? You're the type of man that be like, oh, we're going to terminate this, right? Yeah. Because like you said, you want to make sure that you give your babies to your wife, because it wants to be something that you have never gave to anyone. So if you had a pregnancy scare, you will want to make sure that she wouldn't want it. Or you will want to make sure that she's on birth control of some sort. I see you, sir. I see you. I'm just letting y'all know that I see through the BS. You're not fooling nobody with your little curveball, okay? Tommy's the only one who get to throw some curveballs out here. So then he asked her, do you get into a mood where it's like you don't want to be bothered sometime? And she was like, yeah, if you piss me off. And he was like, so you got to like have it your way? She was like, yeah, I'm the baby. And he was like, oh, so you spoil? And she was like, yes, I am. And then he's like, something about her energy. It's just like, it's got to be her way or no way. Sir, do you want a woman? Because if you want a woman, you have to spoil her. You have to spoil her unless you want a pick me. And then in that case, go shop around, because obviously she's not that one. Every woman wants their way. Every woman. Once you get that in your head, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, okay? Probably the reason why you're single now, if you ask me. So William, Lamar, Vanessa, Patrice are going on a date painting, okay? And so they're painting with their hands, and Lamar is like, ooh, this is sexual. And I was like, is it really though? Like, just playing with the paint? Okay, whatever, okay? So he tells Patrice that, you know, it would be better if I could paint you, and you could be my canvas. I said, here we go again with the sex talk. Then he told her that he would like to jump her bones. I said, at some point, this has got to be harassment. It just has to be. So William's there, and you know, he's one of the better ones, okay? And he's talking to Vanessa, and they're picking up exactly where they left off at brunch, okay? And then I got so aggravated. I got so aggravated because Lamar decides that he want to come interrupt so that he could go waste her time. That's what he wanted to do because, I can't. I just can't. So, of course, Vanessa's going to ask him, hey, what's some feedback since I was on the bottom? Like, what's the feedback, whatever? And he was like, you just need to open up. Can you scream? Can you scream? Let me hear you say, yeah. Let me hear you say, hey, Miss Carter. Like, shut the hell up. That is not no feedback. And I was like, exactly. Wasting her time that she could have been over there talking to William. Really getting to know him. Building a connection. And you over here trying to get her to scream. Go away. Go away. He needs to go. Lamar needs to go. He has no intentions of a real relationship. So William and Patrice, they get to have a conversation, and William, he got two connections. He got two connections, Vanessa and Patrice, and they both are really feeling him, and he's feeling both of them. So I was like, okay, I can see this. I can see this, okay? So they were talking, and you know, she said she wants to peel him like a banana. I said, ooh, child, y'all so lustful over here, okay? And he let her know he got a truck, so she ain't gonna have to be driving to see her man 45 minutes because he can make that drive, okay? I was just sitting here like, oh, this is cute. We had the best interaction with the women when William's around. That's pathetic. I'm just saying. So LaRon and Patrice go out to eat, and she looks pretty in pink with the hair up. She looked really beautiful, okay? And they talk about quality time and what that looks like. And then he got distracted by the fish. Not gonna hold you. The fish looked absolutely amazing. I got distracted by the fish. And I am not gonna lie to y'all, because y'all who follow me, who know me and been here for a while, know I'm a mukbang type of girl. I will watch a mukbang in a second. So I just was like, go ahead, eat it. Okay, that's one of the things I watch people eat. So it didn't bother me none, but it bothered her because she was like, I'm right here. I'm right here. So then they get on to the conversation of how he's, you know, he wants to be done with partying, but he just hasn't found nobody that's going to help him stop, okay? And in the process of that conversation, he realized that she's not the one for him. And I was like, I don't think she cares. Honestly, I really don't, okay? Jonathan takes April out, and I already knew this was a bad idea because Jonathan don't like April. We know Jonathan don't like April because Jonathan has a type. He has a type, okay? So she compliments him, and he's like, she compliments him on his skin, and he's glowing and da-da-da-da-da. And he was just like, thank you. I was like, exactly, no compliment back. He doesn't like her. And then she's like, well, I just want to talk about the relationship with your child's mother because she just wants to understand, like, what's the dynamic. And I feel like that is fair. I don't care. I don't care about how all these men don't want to talk about the past. Like, miss me with the BS. If you have kids, you have a baby mama, I need to know what's the dynamic. Just like if I have kids and you ask me what's the dynamic, we're going to be cool. But when you sit there and you tell me that your baby mama still wants you, that puts me on alert. And the fact that you're not aware enough to know that you need to calm me down from that alert, or you don't want to, either one or the other. Because he's sitting there like really bothered, like she just want to keep going back to the past. No, because if I'm going to be in a relationship with you long term, I need to know what I'm walking into. So the fact that she doesn't encourage you dating, you spent the block on her a couple of times, and you get the vibe that she still wants you, is enough for me to really try to figure out this dynamic, because I'm trying to figure out why you here. Go back and make your family work. So he basically cuts the date short, and he was like, well, this has been fun. And she was like, wait, isn't more? I was like, girl, let him go be with his baby mama. Don't chase after that man. And then I was like, dang, April, you got dismissed twice. So far, April got dismissed twice. Baby, go ahead, pack it up, girl. You going home. You was going home. When you get dismissed twice in one episode, you going home. Just know that. Okay? She should have known that. So all the men meet back up at Tommy's lounge, and he tells them that this is a safe space, and what happens in the men's lounge stays in the men's lounge. That's a lie. I'm gonna tell you why. Because for one, they all on the phone with each other, and they all gonna be talking to each other about what's happening in that man's lounge. Okay. 2, we watching it. 3, they watching it. 4, the reunion's coming, and everything that was said in that daggone lounge will be out. No such thing as a safe space. I'm just letting you know that. He was asking them who they was feeling. And most of the men was like, Patrice, 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 Patrice. Told y'all, she has nice feminine energy. She really does, okay? And I'm not going to lie, some of the other women were mentioned, but she was mentioned the most, okay? Then he asked them, who are you not feeling? And when I say, baby, they was on a roll with April, because what's name was like, what's that girl name who had them printed shorts on? And they was like, April, ha, 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 slaps knee, ha, 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 ha. Child, most of the men didn't like April, okay? And then Cohisha was brought up, but LaRon was like, oh, no, 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 no. I want to fight for her. And that's when I knew right then and there that April was going home. So we already know that April and Cohisha are at the bottom, okay? So the men take them out. So when Cohisha realized that she was going on a date with Alonzo, she was like, on the phone, he crossed some lines. So she's hoping that he's coming to apologize, okay, to make this right? So then April was like that Lamar was really out of line when they was talking. So she hopes that he's coming to apologize. I was like, child, these men is trash. Just complete trash. So Cohisha said that Alonzo threw out choke or spank over the phone. And she said, that's a question I'm not willing to answer. And he said, I don't know how you thought that was sexual. Give me another scenario. I'm waiting. Choke, spanked. A fight? Y'all talking about fighting? Because what you was talking about, sir, don't play in my face, okay? So she said that it wasn't even an issue. The issue was that he tried to act stupid and tell her that she was immature if she thought that he was trying to be sexual. Oh, that would piss me off too. Because you're not about to sit here and play in my fucking face like I'm dumb. I knew exactly what you meant when you said choke and spank. And now you want to sit here and make it seem like I'm making up the fact that that's sexual. Alonzo, go to hell. Go to hell with the BS, okay? Then he had the nerve to tell her to her face that he wasn't trying to be sexual. Sir, then respectfully, what were you trying to be? And then you play on my intelligence and call me immature. What were you trying to be then? She says to him, I'm not going to debate with you. Okay, so we can either change the conversation or this date will be over. So he lets her know that the guy still think that she's ready to love. And she was like, I don't even know what that really means because he didn't give me no specifics on what the guys were saying, no feedback, no nothing. So I don't know what to do with that. Meanwhile, Lamar is telling April that she's not ready to love. So April was like, no, I'm just not ready to love none of you bums. I said, I know that's right, girl. She's a boss, okay? Now, April, you got to do some work on yourself, sis. You got to do some work on yourself. I'm not going to hold you. You do have these walls up, these guards up. You do lead with your degrees and the things of the things. You definitely need to do some work on yourself before you are ready to love. I do agree with the fact that ain't nobody ready to love none of them bums there. So then back over there with Alonzo, Alonzo brought up the conversation again. And he tells her that she should have asked him, did he mean it in a sexual way? She got up and walked away. She said, take this mic off of me. I'm not about to do this with this grown man. And I was like, exactly. Stop trying to play on that woman's intelligence. What is wrong with these men? No, for real. What is wrong with these men? And I hate the fact that they had the power this week because honest to God, get them out of here. I'm sitting here like, who could be the final three? Who could be the final three? And since I can't really pinpoint that yet, I'ma just say, Lamar has to go. Alonzo has to go. LaRon has to go. Jonathan has to go. I don't know what order, because they all equally some ways just as bad as the other. But they gotta go. And that was Ready to Love Season 9, Episode 3. Baby, the men are a fool. They are a fool. And next week, the women gonna act the fool. So we gonna have to sit back, relax, and see what happens. We gonna have to sit back, relax, and see what happens. Y'all know I'm always on high alert, okay? I'm watching the Instagram, I'm watching the Twitter, I'm watching the Facebook, okay? Anything you see, send it to me, okay? So I can keep you guys updated. But other than that, y'all, that's all I got. I'm jumping off of here because it is almost... Because it is 1 o'clock in the morning while I'm recording this, okay? Okay, but with all that being said, go ahead. Don't forget to like the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.